All right, everyone, we should be live. Let's make sure that's actually the case. Over on Rumble, of course. Unpause and pause so that I don't have to see my ugly face in double. So we'll be talking about a few news stories today, then get to some bants, actually. It's Friday. I might keep it a little bit more on the short side today, but there are a few things that I had to cover. I wasn't even initially going to do a live stream, but there was so much overflow of important news that I had no choice because, of course, I can only do so many one-off videos in a day. And, brings home the bacon. We're going to talk about Trump evacuating white South African farmers, disproportionately white individuals, let's face it, because they're under threat of genocide in South Africa, actually, and politically persecuted. I have a feeling that Elon Musk was involved with that. We've got to talk about the Syrian situation. And in fact, I'm going to docket that one because otherwise I'll mispronounce the name of the particular part of Syria, the particular region, which is being most troubled. Latakia and Tartarus. Tartarus, haha, yeah, real cool. And also the Swamp Act, which was introduced. The Swamp Act is basically the selling of a federal building that's named after Nancy Pelosi, and it's like a grotesquerie. It's brutalism. In fact, I'll docket that article too. The South African extraction bit we'll talk about at fair length, because I know Anton, he's from South Africa originally as well. Now he makes biltong, so we'll tie that in as well. Trump could sell Nancy Pelosi federal building at fair market value under a new GOP bill. This is fairly likely to pass, by the way. They do have the votes to do so, especially in the Senate. The ugliest building in San Francisco. We'll read some of that verbatim, actually. It's pretty, it's fucking funny. Trump is lashing out at the people who he feels have wronged him. His feelings are fundamentally correct in most of these cases, by the way. So we'll be talking about that. Super Kyle, I can't believe YouTube hid this stream from me for 81 seconds. Lol. Many such instances. You're lucky that you were notified of it at all. Sassmaster, do you think this move with the Boers is genuine, or is it to put pressure on South Africa government? Don't you think the world would condemn any such genocide, even though it's against whitey? No, I think that most people would look the other way. I believe it's a genuine attempt. Yeah, it seems to be. In fact, let me pull that one up as well. I might as well. I'll read that Truth Social post verbatim as well for people's edification. Links in the description, by the way, to all of the things that I'm discussing. We'll get to that first in a minute. John Lemon, free Tommy Robinson. I agree with you. Hey, Tommy. Felt slightly dehydrated. Yes, Sticks read out my comment and I didn't even have to pay for it. No, I go through and I'll read interesting comments from people that aren't paying. But I'll always try to get to all of the super chats and Rumble rants in an expedited manner. Mr. Rude Boy, did Fort Knox ever get checked out? Not yet. I believe, dude, the logistics of going to such a high security facility and presumptively having a recording team there will take a little bit of time because they're going to want to document everything and cross all of the T's and dot all the I's, so to speak. Realik, I'm the world's largest homosexual. Are you saying that you're the fattest gay person in the world, or that you suck the most dick? Virgil Shadow, why doesn't Snowden get a pardon? He's been long overdue for one. I agree, but the logistics of that also, you got to realize when you're in government, you have to again cross the T's and dot the I's. Snowden is currently in exile in Russia. Trump is claimed by his detractors to be a Russian asset. If he were to pardon Snowden, it would be a bad look. And Snowden probably wouldn't want to return anyway. So, And he really didn't do anything wrong. All he did was whistleblow. The difference between a leaker and a whistleblower is very, very nuanced. It's like one man's freedom fighter is another man's terrorist, so to speak. Same is true of Snowden and Assange. Nomad, I've been watching your channel for almost 10 years. Thanks for what you do, bro. Thank you for being a long-term clanker. OG Clank is pre-2016. That's when, Sargon shouted me out and all of a sudden things blew up. All of a sudden I'm getting invited to a million interviews. Couldn't even attend them all because they overlapped in the time slots and stuff. And then all of a sudden I was getting flirted with everyone on Earth. It was a very interesting time. Thankfully, things have cooled down a little bit now. It was beginning to become a little bit too much, actually. It's not gay if you are drunk, says CJ. In the Napalm Brothers HQ, it's not gay in the Navy. It's not gay if it's for pay. It's not gay if no one knows. Rabbit, not gay if you proclaim no homo. It's not gay if your balls don't touch. Now we're going to get a bunch of it's not gay references. Is this going to become the new channel meme? Oh, dear God. One tall order. Good morning, Sticks. Here is a huge super chat to celebrate my huge inflation offset raise at work. 3.5%. Lol. LMAO. I wish that's all that was needed to offset inflation. Yeah, that would be nice. What we need is a protracted deflationary economy at this point to reabsorb, some of that loss. Oh, God. All right, well, this is now the not gay stream. Illustrator, did Vivzy actually draw that pic of Stolas? No, this picture of Stolas was drawn actually by my mom's friend, Stephen, and shout out to him. I really love it. It's framed for a reason. I've got the other one is over here. I've got all sorts of cool art sent by Canadians and others. Yeah, he also drew this. Alistair from Has Been Hotel, of course. Really good at illustrating, by the way. Apparently, he's gay, and his partner is a huge fan of Hell of a Boss and Has Been Hotel. So there's stuff like that all over the place, framed in their home. It seems pretty cool. Now, I am straight myself, but now the is it gay thing is apparently going to become a channel meme. Holy Jesus. Anyways, let's get to the first news story really quickly. Donald J. Trump, not many hours ago, posting on Truth Social and endlessly replicated on Twitter, of course. South Africa is being terrible. Plus, to longtime farmers in the country, they're confiscating their land and farms, and much worse than that. Yeah, their beheadings and rapes and shit. A bad place to be right now. And we are stopping all federal funding. To go a step further, any farmer with family from South Africa seeking to flee that country for reasons of safety will be invited into the United States of America with a rapid pathway to citizenship. This process will begin immediately. Yeah, I guess he's going to sign off on that. This is a good idea. Keep in mind that South African farmers are working under extremely rugged conditions in an area that was, not populated originally for a reason. And they know how to grow things. And we need more skilled farmers and more small farms in the United States, by the way. They're using, in some cases, more traditionalistic methods of farming, highly skilled individuals, highly literate, and cool people. Just look at Anton. He immigrated from South Africa. He's a cool cat. He's supplying us all with biltong. I've got a personal connection to South Africa on multiple levels, not just through Anton. Also, well, I won't get into that. That's more personal. But yes, South Africa is kind of destabilizing. You have the farm killings on a regular basis. Many areas of the country basically are uninhabitable at this point. I've seen footage of it. I've gotten testimonials from people that actually live there. And outside of certain walled off communities, it's not really safe for a lot of people to actually go there. One of their de facto national anthems is literally called Kill the Boer, kill the white South African farmer, in other words. And they chant it on a regular basis. This is from the ruling party, by the way, and Jesus. Copium Poppies. Any clankers in Oregon going to the Jerry Cantrell from Alice in Chains show tomorrow night? If so, one of our band members is going and will have free stickers, assuming UPS delivers them on time today. It's possible that they will, but not likely. It's UPS. Alejandro Munoz. Long time no see, Sticks. Question. With things going the way they are, what prediction of yours that no one has talked about yet do you want to happen? I want Donald Trump to actually jail his political adversaries because most of them are terrible people. Sassmaster, is it wrong of me to say that South Africa was better run under apartheid? Well, the thing is, apartheid ending was good. What was bad is that they adopted communism and racial idpol, only now the race that was in charge was the other one. And so they've simply inverted. This is the process the United States appears to be kind of going through. Thankfully, we are redeemable. It looks like racial minorities, again, so-called in the United States, are not acting in the same manner as the Zulu nationalists or something like that. I would note, by the way, that in South Africa, the area that was originally inhabited by the Voortrekkers was uninhabited by anyone. Nobody was there. And then when the British moved in, they were in areas with other tribes. The Zulus were the invaders. Now they run the show because the British lost the will to fight, basically. Basically, there are some communities in Pretoria that are safe, and I believe in Cape Town. Outside of that, you will get raped, probably. Mulgera, morning, Sticks. Overthrowing a relatively stable government and installing head-chopping bin Ladenite maniacs leading to chaos. Who could have seen this one coming? Yeah, the United States enjoys facilitating such things sometimes. Yes, King of Biltong. We were just talking about South Africa. F. Winters loading. Hi, Sticks. The quartering was on Piers Morgan. I feel like if you did that show, you'd crush the libs, especially if Cenk was on. I'd like to roast Cenk. That would be funny. I guarantee I can get him hot under the collar. I mean, anyone can. All you have to do is say hello, and he'll find a problem with it, probably. Wasted. Good morning from the grave. He's dead. That means that he would normally be a Democratic voter, but he apparently is not. He's one of the based skeletons, or zombies. Garrett Thomas, hey Sticks, would you ever debate Harry Sisson or any one of these other DNC-funded twinks? That'd be hilarious. I've already done that. If you go to Lev Polyakov's page and you go to the live ones and look back, I already debated several of them. Sam J., another YouTuber I watched theorized that Trump is looking to cause a small-scale controlled recession so he can drive rates lower and lower costs in general. Do you have an opinion? Possibly, yeah. But I don't think he would cause a recession on purpose. I think that we're headed for a mild recession anyway. It'll be mild because Trump is in there. If it was Kamala Harris, it would probably be another Great Depression. Harrison Bergeron, the world's largest minority is the individual. Thus why rights, especially those outlined by the Bill of Rights, are conferred upon individuals and not affinity groups. Agreed. But in some nations, under their civic subsystems, certain groups are favored over others in many cases. It's funny. Liberals in the United States will say, well, white people are disproportionately represented. We won't address the ethnicity question subjugate to that, by the way. Hint, hint, I've noticed things. We won't address that. But then if they look at South Africa, then their eyes glaze over and they refuse to acknowledge, hey, there are countries in which white minorities exist and they're being persecuted. Leading us into the Syrian story, by the way. Syria, in the Latakia region mainly, is under siege. There is a resistance movement by people who preferred, Bashar al-Assad. And in the end, A lot of people will lament the fact that the Sunni extremists have overrun the country, alongside apparently now Turkish allies. I would encourage the Alawite minority to team up with the Christian minority and the Jewish minority and the Yazidi minority and all of the other groups that generally were left alone under Assad as long as they weren't causing problems, and form a resistance movement, sort of like the French partisans. You will be able to hold out, and eventually, if enough killings occur, Western groups might move in and try to restore order. That's probably your best course of action. A lot of people have simply fled, and I'm not surprised. The country has been overrun effectively by Al-Qaeda and its affiliates. I wouldn't want to live there. Wasted Sticks, can I get a shout out for my Twitter? Wasted Bonehead Productions. I have a new cover pinned to the profile. Yes, indeed you can. On Rumble, I don't think, can I display that? Am I capable of doing that? No, on Rumble, I'm not capable of, oh, now this won't get out of the way. I'm not capable of pinning it, sadly. So Wasted Bonehead Productions. One Tall Order, Allah, Syria, Bashar, Mulgara. Over under that we end up in Syria again to save the Alawites or combat the Al-Qaeda affiliated terror groups or something like that. I do not believe in putting boots on the ground. If you wanted to move forces in to evacuate people, that would be different. You set up an agreement with the unfortunately reigning Syrian government and say, look, these people don't want to be under your regime, and so we're airlifting them to somewhere else. That remains to be seen where it would be. The Alawite effectively wandering around in the desert wilderness at the moment, and but there is a strong resistance movement as well. I'm not surprised by this. Who would want to be run by jihadists? I mean, you want to become the next Afghanistan? Syria was reasonably developed until the Syrian civil war. Now it's in shambles. And now you've considered, you have to consider there's more problems happening there as well. I mean, they're going to rape people. They're going to take hostages. They're going to do all sorts of crazy shit. It's sort of like a cultural thing, I suppose. And Fwinder's loading. Even though Tucker Carlson was on legacy media, I think you have to give him credit for pushing the limits so much that he got his ass canned, despite being the highest rated show. Yeah, once that happened, I said, okay, I'll give him a pass and then wait and see sort of, the things that he meanders into in his mainly Twitter-based show. So far, he has generally pleased me with this. I think it's sort of like a Tulsi Gabbard sort of thing. Gabbard was a card-carrying Democrat, although ideologically she wasn't fitting in with the far left, at least on most issues. And so the party basically kicked her aside. Last week and ping us over and over again. Thank you for actually Rumble ranting. She, I think it was genuine, therefore, when she left the party and said, fuck this shit, and sort of reconstructed her ideology and said, well, what have I been fighting for? These people are abandoning me for no reason. After taking down Kamala, by the way, which was hysterical. I think the same is true of many other people, Tucker Carlson being one of them. King of Biltong, Sticks, make Neurodivergent one a moderator. He will help you pin messages, drive likes, and combat trolls. No, I don't want any moderators. Sorry, Neurodivergent one. Wasted, Sticks. Should we kick Turkey from NATO? While their position on the Black Sea is advantageous, I find it disturbing their involvement in Syria, and the occupation of North Cyprus is also a problem. I have mixed feelings, but the fact is they control the Bosphorus. That would be potentially disastrous on an economic level. Last speaking, pleasing the Sticks. This should be a meme. God damn it. I accidentally missed a super chat. Where is it? Mr. Wonderful, greetings, Tarl, old boy. Trump has put steam in my stride and straightened my back moving forward. A breath of fresh air, you might say. Mark Gadetti, Druze and Christians in Syria have asked and received air support from Israel. Israel created a safe zone for them in eastern Syria this week. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, if you want to work with the Israelis, They can be a bit fickle sometimes under their ever-changing government. Snozzlehead, the Sierra game Gabriel Knight, Sins of the Fathers, is set in New Orleans, stars Tim Curry, and centers around Marie Laveau and a spree of voodoo murders. That sounds fun. Oh, Cunning Patriot, Styx, I heard you recently mention something about the Catholic Church owning the publishing rights to the Satanic Bible or something like that. What is that about, and where can I find more information? Appreciate you. Sorry that I missed that super chat. Yes, it was reported, God, this is 6 or 7 years ago, that the publishing house in Italy, they've also got a gay bathhouse. Oh, no, that was the gay bathhouse. So the publishing house that produces the Satanic Bible is owned by the Catholic Church, or sub-owned, rather. I would have to dig for the report, though. Mulgara, Tulsi obliterating Kamala was glorious. Hawaiians are good at roasting pigs, after all. Last speaking, Tulsi Gabbard is 0. What am I fighting for? Let's get to our sponsors, shall we? By the way, this will be a short stream today. I've got pizza to eat later, actually, from Hop and Moose. It's a restaurant here in Rutland. I've heard that they're spectacular, so I'm going to try to get some of that. Maybe some garlic bread or some shit. We've got cultivated-mind.com, where you can get mushroom pills. They help boost my energy. This is an anecdote, disclaimer, not medical advice, and are made with mushroom extracts, organically made, by the way. Pumpkinfirecrafts.us, where you can get bookmarks, important for the book lover in your life, keychains, belt chains. We've got engraved spoons. They get the little Ouroboros on them. I've still got several to give out as gifts, which I'm happy about. I should bring one out and use that for my clanking, by the way. For some reason, I've got one of the kitchen spoons. They've also got glassware now. BiltongUSA.com. Use code STIX for 10% off site-wide. Anton from South Africa, which we discussed earlier, can hook you up with all sorts of good meats. Cabanasi, you've got Angus in several forms, by the way. It's delicious. Wagyu, you've got everything. And also, anytime that we mention Anton, we must take a fingerful of bull right. You spread a little bit of that on toast. It's delicious. Much better than Vegemite. No offense to any Australians out there. We've got wickedneedleembroidery.bigcartel.com, where you can get Stick, Sex, and Hammer hats, actually. And several varieties and several colors. You can't get tricorns yet, though. HeritageHeirloomSeedCompany.com, where you can get a seed survival bucket and several varieties of Stick, Sex, and Hammer soap. It's very, very good. I showered myself yesterday with that so I wouldn't be a scrummy pirate. Websterswears.com/sticks-wares, where you can get blades with the Ouroboros logo. Should you choose to do so, be careful because they're exceptionally sharp. Now, they don't come dull. You don't have to sharpen them yourself. Trust me. I learned that the hard way again on that one live stream that time. You can also get beanies there. And my favorite, the metal straws, of course. And then we finally got jamandbean.com. That is JAMNbean.com, the home of delicious Clank Blend coffee. They also sell teas, all of which are delicious. I think the Yunnan Jig is still, for the caffeinated ones, the Yunnan Jig is my favorite. As far as the non-caffeinated, I'd say the Healer. It's a nice herbal blend. Well, Garrett, I'm going to be watching Blade Runner tomorrow. Things are pretty busy today, unfortunately, but I will be watching it. Make sure that you do. A follow-up, you can always rattle the ball and chain for clanking needs. Yeah, why not? Clank, clank. God, imagine how much that would hurt getting smashed in the skull with that. I mean, I suppose you die fairly quickly from the brain injury, so maybe it wouldn't hurt at all. Just stun you to death. I love that, by the way. Thank you very much for sending it. Always wanted one. There's Pumpkin Fire. Oh, by the way, Pumpkin Fire, you please DM me on Twitter because I lost it got lost in the wall of DMs there, so bump it to the top. Last Beacon says gay bathhouse over and over again. Oh, now we're going to talk about the Swamp Act. I'm going to rattle this off a little bit verbatim. First on Fox. A House GOP lawmaker wants to clear the path for President Donald Trump to sell off a federal building named after former Speaker Nancy Pelosi. The Stop Wasteful Allocations of Money for Pelosi, or Swamp Act, led by Representative Buddy Carter, Republican from Georgia. He seems to be a solid dude. Would direct the General Service Administration to dispose of the property or sell it at fair market value for the highest and best use, according to a bill obtained by Fox News Digital. It is the latest effort by House Republicans to enact Trump's agenda through legislative means amid a flurry of bills seeking to codify the president's executive orders. Now, is it the ugliest building in the world? Not really the ugliest. Is it but ugly? Yeah. Ugh. I mean, it represents Nancy Pelosi, so it's not a huge surprise to me. Look at the pictures of this fucking building. In fact, I'm going to look up some others. That'll be funny. Oh my God. I want other shots of it on images. Ugh, yeah, that's pretty bad. Yeah. I mean, but in theory, wouldn't it be a perfect representation of Nancy Pelosi, who is also grotesque and but ugly? So I guess the name is kind of apt when you think about it. Maybe we should defeat the act just to and then just ramble about how ugly it is. Yeah, I mean, it's brutalist. It looks like something that you would see in the Soviet Union, actually. Look up the Pelosi Federal Building on any image site. That's pretty bad. Cunning Patriot. Sticks, did you ever watch the show Gargoyles on the Disney Channel back in the day? Yes, I loved it. It was really good, and I was just wondering. Yes, I was a fan of Gargoyles. I thought that was great. Christian, in fact, thank you for reminding me. Maybe I should watch some clips from that later. Christian Workman, I got a GameCube and Medal of Honor Frontline, my favorite and best game of all time. I'm a little biased. I loved Medal of Honor Frontline. Also, Rising Sun was pretty good. Lord Brando, longtime fan, first-time rant. Been making a little Project Dinosaur and magic-related content for kids and inspired by my kids. Check out at Little Dino Wizard on YouTube and Rumble. Okay, there's a shout-out. Wasted. The Democrat monkeys have stopped pressing the shock button. They now just punch each other in the nuts. yeah, at this point, I think you're right. Mulgera, absolutely. Glad to have sent. It was collecting dust, and you mentioned wanting one, so it's perfectly mimetic. Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. When I go back to Louisiana, I'm thinking about getting like something to put it in and carry that around instead of the sword. Last Beacon, Crypto Loogie, buy more land in the metaverse. Anaho Dave, you're going to make me vomit. Pelosi's tits used to be pretty good when she was 60 years younger. Would not. No. Jesus. All right, everyone. I'm sorry that N.O. Dave has decided to give us all bulimia. Yep, the gay meme has definitely hit. Wasted Bonehead. Bones. Wonder, can I super chat myself or Rumble rant myself? That would be funny. Am I capable of doing that? I don't know. Oh yeah, I can literally Rumble rant myself. I don't know how to click off of this. There we go. Last Beacon. Anal disease. It's only gay if the other person has a Y chromosome. That's the reality of the two genders. Or if they have a dick. You know, it might be artificially contrived, but, you know, it would still be... Well, I mean, let's say that a dude, you know, has sex with someone who's actually biologically female but has a fake penis. That's going to have to be an ethical discussion. Is that still gay or is it not? Like, they're not really a man, but they do have a dick. So, like, I guess maybe some dudes into there's got to be somebody out there that's into that as a fetish. He wants to rub dicks with another person, but have it be a woman. I'm sure that it exists. Everything else does. There are people that will hump trees and call themselves ecosexuals. Pretty much seen it all. Last speaking, fucking buildings. 2 buildings having intercourse with each other to make another building. God damn. We're all warped on this channel. I look at the way I'm dressed. I take life very seriously. I'm a mature individual. You know. Or if you if a dude's into getting pegged by his girlfriend, I mean, he's getting fucked in the ass, but it's a girl and it's not a real dick. Is that gay? These are philosophical questions of great import. I should probably write a book on this. I consider it gay when dudes watch porn together, and apparently some dudes do this, and they're like beating off to it. That's weird. Cunning Patriot, Dutch rudder. I don't know what that is. I know what a Cleveland steamer is. I know what the sloppy Joe is. In fact, I invented the concept myself. The sloppy Joe is where a dude takes... This is long ago. I entered this in on, what was it? I can't remember the site. I haven't used it in a long time. But Urban Dictionary. It's when he shits inside the condom and freezes it solid, fucks his girlfriend with it, and then leaves it in to warm up so that it slops out like a sloppy Joe. Bipedal species. My wife wants to know what the fuck I'm watching. Well, I mean, I covered most of the news today earlier, and I'm keeping the stream short, so at this point I'm just rambling and responding to chat. King of Biltong, looking for some healthy snacks to add to your diet? Try our Biltong. Almost 50% protein. Plus, it's packed with B12, creatine, iron, zinc, and much more. Go to BiltongUSA.com. Code STICKS for 10% off. You should try it if you haven't tried Biltong. You won't be disappointed. I mean, vegetarians need not apply, I suppose. Mulgara. Still having bulimia thinking about Pelosi, and now my mind is going to even grosser shit. Pelosi under boob stench. Christ, I hate my brain sometimes. Lol. Yeah, imagine how cheesy it is under those at the end of the day. Copium poppies. Are farts supposed to feel like warm mashed potatoes? No. I think you just sharded yourself. That only happened to me once, and my excuse is that I took a laxative accidentally. I didn't realize that whatever this particular nut was down in Texas was highly laxative. I only took as much as would fit underneath your fingernail, a tiny sliver of it. Shit myself completely. Or it could have been the burritos and enchiladas and shit that I was eating at the time, but yeah. Wasted. Fun fact, Styx is the most mature content creator. Yeah, I know. And I figure it's good to live a life where you're mature enough to do your work, make your fucking money, provide for those you care for. But at the end of the day, cut loose. And you don't always have to take yourself seriously. I like self-deprecation and grave humor and making bizarre references here on my live streams because it's funny. Mulgara, fucking hell, Sticks. I was hungry earlier. Not anymore. I fucking gagged. Yeah. Yeah, the Sloppy Joe was of my own invention. There was another definition of it as far as sexual usage, but I can't remember what it was. I've often thought, sometimes I like to gross people out because I find it hilarious. Imagine that 2 people put like a tube between their asses and then they shit back and forth and sodomize one another with their own shit. These are the things that I think about constantly. F. Winters loading. Sticks, I also thought J.D. Vance was good, but nothing amazing until I saw him crush Zelensky. Also funny to see Trump relatively restrained until he couldn't take anymore. Yeah, he held back as long as he could, but Zelensky just kept poking the bear. Well, eventually the bear bites your finger off, and then more. Crossover Maniac. Sloppy Joe sounds like licking a cold flagpole, like a Christmas Story on steroids and internally. Sounds painful. Yeah, I saw that. Everyone has seen that scene, I think. Virgil Shadow. Do you think Democrats will undo Trump effects to declare the cartels as terrorists if they ever take back the presidency in the future? Possibly. Yeah. I mean, because Orange Man bad. So literally anything that he did is wrong, even if it's right. Cunning Patriot. I made up one once. It's called the Invisible Green Smurf. A guy puts a booger on his chode and then loses it in whatever hole he wants without the other person knowing. Jesus. Yeah, so we transited from everything is gay to, scatological humor by Beetle Species. So headphones are good when you have a wife and kids. Yeah, this is an 18+ channel for the most part. Just saying. I swear like a drunken sailor. Oh, wait. Arr. Maybe not drunken, but definitely a sailor. Arr, matey. Can't wait to get aboard the Natchez again. They've got really, really good black beans and rice. Oh. Red beans and rice, rather. Their cornbread is no slouch either. Nice and puffy and, well, you know what I mean. It'd be funny to go out on the Natchez for the luncheon tour and then go out on the dinner tour in the same day. Oh, God. Neurodivergent one. We need some Styx brand edibles. Clanker's Choice. Yeah, that could be a legal problem. Edible, technically speaking, they're still federally illegal. In this state, you can buy them and stuff. The government looks the other way. But technically speaking, it's illegal. Again, show me the man, I'll show you the crime. So if I were to engage in that behavior, technically I'm violating federal law at the felonious level. If they wanted to fuck with me, they could. And the state of Vermont is not going to defend somebody with my kind of political views. Copium Poppies. Trump should agree to send aid to Ukraine, but only if they take on the entirety of our nation's student loan debt and a sizable portion of our national debt. That could work, yeah. One tall order. I, at the time, was a communist, lived on a collective farm. She was a part-time antichrist. Our sex went off like a bomb. Living the life of a terrorist, just looking for the man Saddam. Goodness. Quite a poem. Mulgera, probably a hot take, but I think it's a mistake for Trump to declare the cartels terrorists. This justifies drone strikes into Mexico, which I'm strongly against. I am too. That being said, something must be done. I mean, hopefully, the hope is you simply shore up the border. Right now, the U.S. Marines are deployed in multiple locations. I don't think anyone's crossing in those locations or anywhere near them. Complete the border wall. Continue deporting the bad hombres. For now, overlook like the dreamers and stuff like that. There's nothing that can be done about that until all the other problems are solved. It's going to be incremental. And if we get a second administration that is positive on the border, for instance, if Vance is elected, then we can complete the job later. I mean, I don't really think it's wrong to pit bomb a cartel that's currently producing a vat of fentanyl. I don't have a problem with that. But really, providing logistic aid to Mexico and having them deal with it would be better. Sigil, Tall Order was quoting the opening lyrics of Saddam A Go-Go by Guar. Guar is pretty cool. Yeah, I've met Sleazy P. Martini. Oh, Sleazy's hidden behind Stolas at the moment. Here, let me try this. Okay, Trump, you can hold up Stolas for Jesus H. Christ. I've got too many things here. What I need is a shelf behind me. That's not going to hold it up at all. God damn it. My friend. Oh, that works. Sleazy. Yeah, he sent this to me. It's signed and everything. That's what I'm talking about. Sleazy, you can Here, you can sit next to Trump. Yeah. I've got to rearrange things a little bit in this room. I'm thinking about going back to my older system, which was that I had, shelves on the other side of the room. This would be turned around and on that side of the room. And then the drawers for storage and stuff, they would go over here somewhere. I'm just not sure exactly how I'd fit it in because I also have shelves there for the plants, like for the spring planting. And we've got a bunch of orchids and all sorts of other crap. So not sure. Raymond Nelson, my girlfriend got me a sleazy statue for my birthday. Oh, for Valentine's Day. Hey, that's pretty good. Mulgara, yeah, for sure. Complete the border, but we also need to end the drug war. It was lost when it was started. Yes, agreed. Just get the population addicted to crack like Sleazy would want, and he can sell it to them, crack boulders. And then they won't want fentanyl anymore because they've got all the crack that they need. Yeah, Chad has gone completely insane. People are talking about pee and everything that's gay or not gay and poop. This is the maturity channel. Hey, that's a great idea for a show, the maturity stream, where everyone is just required to mouth off about random shit. Pee in your boss's bong. I'm sure there's somebody out there who got high enough, probably a college kid, on a dare, to smoke through a piss bong. I'm certain that this has happened. There's probably fucking footage of somebody doing that out there. Yeah, man, I'll give you $20 if you'll piss in the bong and then smoke out of it. Oh, man, I can smoke piss. The college kids, what do you expect? I'm certain that has happened. There was this one time when I was at UVM, some of the kids in one of the adjacent suites, this was, I think junior year. I can't remember. Oh, no, sophomore year. They had rigged up a bong and it had like 5 connected glass chambers filled with water and ice. And they were smoking through that. And when the smoke came out the other end, I supplied them with some weed in exchange for, just a little bit of company and taking a couple of hits myself. I just gave them the weed. I didn't, make them pay for it. And it was a White Widow, by the way, so it was pretty strong. And by the time it came out on the other end, you had to huff several times to get the smoke all the way through each chamber. It was ice cold. No harshness at all, actually. It's pretty good. Then, and the same night, I smoked a bowl myself. And on the same night, I got vaped out by one of my suite mates. So I was pretty blasted. Then I fell to the floor laughing. And for some reason, I thought that my one of my science textbooks was hilarious, like the cover on the front. And I'm just sitting there laughing and drooling and crawling around on the floor. I was high as balls, dude. It's the highest I've ever been. Tigers in my totem. Please shout out my band, the Via Media. New song dropped today. The Otter Song. Consider that a shout out. Yeah, I used to smoke weed quite regularly. Last beacon. Also, I forgot to mention, did you know that the stonks are collapsing? No, I did not know that. Sigil, Sticks, do you eat peas often? Do you like the taste? Do you enjoy the peeness in your mouth? Har, har, har. As far as actual peas, yeah, tuna noodle needs shit ton of peas in it in order to be good. Yeah, I like vegetables. Well, mostly I like vegetables. Mulgara, I wonder if the concept of insurgent math would apply to the cartels. Insurgent math is what's 10 minus 2? 8, you'd think. Nope. 20. You've just made plenty more people that hate you and want to do you harm. That is a facet of fighting terrorism, yes. Although with the cartels, I don't think they have the will of the population to the same degree as what would be conceived of by local populations as freedom fighters for ideological reasons. because it's not ideological. It's for drugs and shit. Wasted bonehead sticks. What if you're a skeleton and you're attracted to living women? Does that make me a biophile? I guess so. Certainly you can bone them properly, though. Huh? Two can play at the pun game. Copium poppies. Fun fact, urinating in the sink is how you assert dominance. Peeing in toilets is effeminate. There was this one YouTube channel many, many years ago. We're talking 2009 or thereabouts, where this dude would just go into bathrooms and piss on everything. And he'd be rambling the whole time and just saying like, urination, oh no, yeah, oh, urination. And he'd piss in the waste paper basket. He'd flood the toilet. He'd throw toilet paper in the toilet, piss in the sink, piss on the stall wall. He'd do random shit. And he had hundreds of videos of himself doing that, but then he disappeared. And I'm really sad about that because he was hilarious. Copium poppies. Tuna noodle, or anything with tuna besides sushi, is a war crime. Tuna noodle casserole is delicious. All you have to do is overload it with ketchup. Every time. I cannot eat it without peas in it, and I cannot eat it without ketchup. It is delicious. Last beacon, the stock market is shitting itself because of the tariffs, or tariff uncertainty. Yeah, fuck the stock market. It doesn't matter. What was that the liberals said years ago? That the stock market was, that Wall Street was not Main Street? Interesting how they did a 180 on that all of a sudden. Say what? No, peas go in tuna noodle. I will die on this hill. Sigil stone, something like this guy. Well, I trust you to supply me with, you know. Oh my God. Wait, is that the same dude? Oh, thank God. You are my savior, Sigil Stone. Yes, that's the dude. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, you have no idea how happy this has made me. Yep, it's actually him. Oh, I'm literally gonna store that on my tabs here. Oh my God, I'm downloading every one of those fucking videos. Thank you so goddamn much. Sigil, you absolute mad lad. You have achieved honorary general status in the Clanker army. Everyone give a shout out to Sigil Stone and follow him cross-platform if you can find it. Because he just, I'm going to be watching every one of those goddamn videos and downloading each one of them. Yeah, back then, if you did edgy content, you could get banned. Like, if you had, like, two girls kissing, you could get banned. If you're peeing on stuff, you could get banned. Now they've got literally, like, the transparent try-on halls and stuff like that on YouTube. That's allowed, so this would not get you banned. But then you get banned for slightly edgy political speech. Yeah, Sigil Stone just it's not a channel name, it's a website. I will share it out. Yeah. Oh, I can't do it on that tab because otherwise here. Here, I'll get the yellow PP monster. Yeah. And don't worry, it's not like a virus site or anything like that. I'm just gonna post it. Thank you, Sigil Stone. Jesus Christ. I'm posting it on both platforms. I'm probably unreasonably happy over this, but I mean, I haven't seen it in over a decade and found it funny. The dude just rambles endlessly and pisses all over everything and goes crazy. I actually talked to him. I gave him a tip. I said, if you want to destroy a bathroom, if you have a pocket full of Quikrete and you dump it in the top, you'll destroy the toilet completely and they'll have to replace it. Lost Wigwolf. Reddit libs are saying Trump is going to create a recession with his policies. Is this legit or just nonsense? Unlikely. He's not going to create a recession, but there will be a recession. It won't be due to his policies. He will get the blame for it anyway. Victor Elstad, you should totally watch the 1984 movie The Thing, starring Kurt Russell, Wilford Brimley, and others. Greatest sci-fi movie ever seen. I'm Wilford Brimley, and I'd like to talk to you for a few moments about diabetes. By the way, everyone, please send no more super chats because I'm going to go offline pretty soon here and then enjoy a quiet weekend with plenty of Hop and Moose pizza. Copium poppies. No, it's disgusting. Non-sushi tuna should automatically result in military tribunals for crimes against humanity. I disagree. Also, I make a really, really great tuna melt. Oh, man. Last week, and I cannot eat it, tuna noodle casserole, without copious amounts of hot sauce. That's how my dad is. F. Winters Loaded. It's very sad we have an inept Dem party. Republicans are not saints, but they're not inept. Will Dems ever change and actually have good policy, or will we just become a one-party system? They'll reform at some point, I hope. It's just what form they take, that's the question. Sigil, I think that's all managed to get archived. There's probably more in the ether, but no one thought of such things back then. Yeah, there were more videos than that, but I'll take what I can get. You've made my day. Last Beacon. Oh, yeah, this was way back during the time of hashtag Occupy until they went a complaint 180 in 2013 and 14. Please send no more super chats, everyone, I've asked. And now we're pushing for a war with Russia because of Edward Snowden. I know. Mulgara, I've already been grossed out by Sloppy Joe. I'll avoid the pissing for now, lol. May ask for the link later, though. I already posted it, too. Follow up. Holy Endorse, The Thing is my favorite movie. Yeah, I'm going to have to watch it, I guess. Opinionated Junkie, stocks are due for a correction. Yes, which is why Trump has a thankless job ahead of him. Zach Smith, hey Sticks, do you recommend seeing anything in New Orleans? My company is sending me there next month, and I was hoping for a good recommendation. Book a trip on the Natchez. Get the full package, by the way. And the lunch is better than the dinner, but they're both good, so it doesn't really matter. They got jazz and everything else. Definitely check out pretty much any restaurant. If you want pizza, get it at Pizza Luna. That would be my recommendation. It's the best pizza that I've ever had, actually. I'm assuming that actual authentic Italians run it for what it's worth. It's pretty good. And it's not terribly expensive either. Don't stay at the Heritage Heirloom because they've got both cockroaches and mice. The staff are friendly. The suites are huge, but they have an infestation problem, so don't stay there. That would be a bad idea. Let's see. What else would I recommend? Definitely wander down Bourbon Street. If you go into any restaurant there, it's going to be good. Overpriced? Yes. Good? Yes. Definitely try jambalaya and gumbo while you're there. Just you can see everything in New Orleans. Just wander around for a little while and you'll find all sorts of crazy shit. Wasted. You missed my super chat from earlier. Congrats on the videos. My apologies, but there's probably no way that I can actually get to it at the moment. Yeah, I'm going to go offline, and I thank you all for tuning in. I'll do a news crawl for tomorrow. Other than that, I'm conking out for the day and eating pizza and stuff like that because, you know, it's the right thing to do. We're going into the weekend, TGIF. And BBC cum dumpster. My vagina is full of cum from my husband's coworker. Hubby had to go in on his day off because coworker called off his cum over and claim my body is his. Goodness. Alrighty then. Yes, and keep in mind, as we end the stream, peas go in tuna noodle casserole and ketchup goes in it as well. That's about all. Peace out.